Hello, everyone. This is Kelly with the Well Life, and today I'm going to talk to you about comfort zone or getting out of your comfort zone. So, we all develop those, right? I mean, we all, in some aspects, develop the comfort zone in our lives. And a lot of times they feel pretty darn good, right? But then there are times when we do realize that we are in a comfort zone and we know that we're stuck in that comfort zone. And man, it's like the two biggest times in your life, the two biggest like fears are staying in your comfort zone, right? Or getting out of the comfort zone. So it's like it's almost like an oxymoron, or you're that feeling of damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of a thing. Like, man, if I stay in my comfort zone, you're like, at a certain point, you think, man, it feels pretty good. I've developed this comfort zone. But then if you stay in your comfort zone, you're really not growing. So, uh, yeah, that's been tough for me. It's like, oh gosh, because I definitely want to grow and I definitely don't want to stay in the comfort zone. But man, it's hard to get out. It is hard to get out of the comfort zone. So today I'll just talk to you a little bit about it. And like I said, I mean, it's excuse me, it is not easy, and we all are guilty of falling into a comfort zone at certain points in our lives, right? I mean, we just get there, and then and we will stay there for a while. But hopefully you recognize when you've been there for a while, and you're like, no, it's time to get out. So I've been having to really push myself for several years now to go beyond, right? Go beyond my comfort zone because, man, it like I said, at one point, on one hand, I should say, it feels good, but then on the other hand, I'm like, there's no growth, there's no true growth in my comfort zone if I don't push myself to get out of it. But so a few things that I've done to try to tackle my comfort zone and get out of it from time to time is I just really hone in on what scares me. Like, okay, so what are you scared of? Whatever it is I'm trying to do, the fears are there, and I'm like very honest with myself, saying, okay, well, what is it? What is it that scares you? And I have to write those down, and I have to really study them, and I have to just over and over and over, daily, weekly, say to myself, okay, what is scaring me about this particular thing, and what is a very small step or a very small activity, or what could I do that can just inch me a little bit closer or a little out of my comfort zone so that I don't feel like I'm leaping in a huge step, or like I'm just totally jumping off the edge. So if you can identify fears in whatever it is that you're doing and why it is that you're like, oh man, there's that huge knot in my stomach, or, there's those butterflies, there's that anxiety, and it's like, why is that there? So just try to analyze it, and it will not be overnight. None of this changes overnight. It is all daily, repeated actions, and just being very honest with yourself about what you're feeling and why you might be feeling it, and then facing it. Okay, so none of us um, are safe from, I mean, we all have our personal fears, right? And our personal insecurities. So we can't pretend that we don't, or maybe we do. Sometimes you can pretend and get so far, but really just face it and be honest with yourself, and then just see what little bitty steps, what little thing could I do that would just inch me forward every day a little bit more and a little bit more. So that's it. The first one, identify them, and then just see what very small steps you could take. And then the next thing is be okay with not doing it right. Whatever it is you're afraid of, and you think, I'm not going to do that. And then you can convince yourself, yes, I will. Yes, I will. And then there's the, what if I mess it up? Or what if I don't do it right? Or, what if I fail and I look dumb or whatever? But I think if you can just really be okay because we all have to start somewhere, and we can't get anywhere really and truly until we more than most often take the action. And sometimes it's going to be wrong. We're going to mess it up. We're not going to be perfect. So be okay with that. Be okay with that. That was hard. That's very hard for most of us. But just, say to yourself, I mean, the one thing that I do a lot is, and I've really actually always been able to do this, but I laugh at myself. I laugh at myself because why not? I mean, why not? And if anybody else is, then that's fine, because I can laugh at myself. So I'm okay. I'm okay. I mess it up, make a mistake. Uh, just keep giving it a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more every day. So be okay with not being perfect. Be okay with being an amateur, because really most of us are. We really are amateurs. This world is changing so fast, right? I mean, it's just like technology and everything, science, everything is moving so fast. The minute you might think you're the pro, you're the genius, the guru, the whatever. It's like something changes, right? And you're like, oh, okay. So you might think I'm right back, right? I'm right back to the beginning. But I think just keep an amateur mindset anyway, because really all this is about is personal growth, and you should want to grow every single day, no matter what. So if you take on the concept of you're an expert, you possibly would believe that you have nothing to learn, right? So I just keep the amateur mindset. I don't know it all for sure. Do not know it all. Never will. So what do you got? What's out there? What can I learn? So, and then I'll do the best I can. I'll do the best I can. So be okay with being an amateur and be okay with making mistakes. It really is okay. Keep the amateur mindset, and and roll with it. The other thing that that I do is you gotta look for mentors, right? You've got to look out there and see who's doing what sort of what you want. It doesn't have to be the exact same thing. You want to be your own person and be your own style and all that, but who's doing what you want, or who might have the knowledge that you need, and do that. Seek mentors or the books, read the books, or whatever, any way you can. I mean, knowledge is readily available to us, so that's one thing that we have going for us. But seek it out, seek it out, seek it out, seek it out, and absorb all you can, in the area that you're wanting to grow in. So seek out the mentorships, seek out books, anything you can to get the knowledge, the skills, the know-how, for what it is that you want. And then the last thing is I'm going to say is, um, remember to give yourself credit. Okay, when you do make a little, I mean, it can be the tiniest little win, but give yourself credit. Don't forget, because really, we're so quick to know and say and recognize when we mess up. I mean, so quick, like when we get angry at ourselves or we're frustrated. But you let us make a small win, you let us do something right, and we won't give ourselves credit for that. We skip right on over that, and we're just right back to, oh, I still don't know enough. I'm still not good enough. I'm still not, but wow, write down, keep a little journal or whatever it is you're doing. Make there a way that you can look back and see your progress. It's important because the smallest, tiniest things really ought to give you that little push and that little bit of motivation that you need. We all need that, okay? So do that for yourself. Don't forget to do that. Don't forget to recognize when you have made, even if it's the tiniest little advancement, the tiniest little win, the tiniest little improvement. Don't forget to recognize yourself for that. Give yourself credit. So anyway, that's what I wanted to talk about today. Getting out of your comfort zone, stepping out, doing the things that scare you a little bit. Most importantly, doing the things that will help you to grow. Personal growth every day, mindset growth. Do it, do it, do it because it does empower you. It does empower you and it does improve your life. All right, this is Kelly with the Well Life. I hope you enjoyed this video. Remember, your lifestyle is a choice. Choose well.